by good speeches and presentations, but characterized by the ability to make lasting impacts in people's lives. In acknowledging this, the Ekiti State Caucus of the All Progressive Congress, APC, has commended the outstanding strides of Governor Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji Bao and endorsed him for a second term in office. The caucus, which is the highest decision-making body of the party, says Governor Oyebanji has represented them well and thus deserves re-election. Jide, this is quite good because the person of Bao, in terms of accessibility, humility, he has demystified governorship. Yes. That seat, the seat of Ekiti State Governor is so accessible.
And he's made himself a governor for all. He's reached out to the opposition. The rate at which that man is going,
I don't know what will happen during the election.
They will be heading into that election more or less with Ekiti looking like a one-party state.
Honestly.
Because even the key players in the various parties,
opposition party,
they are, I can tell you, by the time the election comes, those key players in the opposition will be endorsing him.
Yeah.
Because he reached out to them so early. He's such a man full of wisdom. He reached out to them so early. So you cannot say, oh, he did it because he wanted their support. He's looking for votes.
Before he was inaugurated.
He did it so early. Going to Fayoshe, going to Ojudu. No people that I felt were justifiably aggrieved. He reached out to them from within the APC, from outside of the APC. So today, you have a governor who sees himself as the father of all and is relating to everyone like a brother. It's not, adversarial in nature. His arms are long enough to embrace everyone and get everyone to jump in and help develop the state. That is what he's doing. And in terms of workers' welfare, they tell me that it's very similar to a former governor of the state, Segun. So he combines the innate character of Segun with that of Fayoshe in terms of pragmatism. Because Fayoshe is prepared to visit a project site at 10 p.m. To know whether a contractor...
Hands-on.
Yes, at least I was with him one time when he visited a road project around 10 p.m. I was on the entourage. He wanted to catch them unawares, and he succeeded. You know, so he too is very similar. And this person will also go to the grassroots, have meetings at ward level. How many governors will do that?
Go to his former tailors.
He went to the principal. He went to his principal, you know, his own principal. He went to the man's house. He didn't send for the man. I've seen people who send for such people and give them some money. He went there. You see, just to remind the man that, look, what you did for me, no matter who I have become today, I have not forgotten. So he's a true Omoluabi in every sense of the word. And look, the rewards are already coming for him. The elections are not around the corner. But it's like the APC caucus for Ekiti State. They made up their mind so early that, look, we have there's no vacancy in this office. This is the man, and we'll continue to support him. I really want to commend him even for the peace that reigns in that state. You hardly hear the sort of stories you hear about that state, about Ekiti, because this man is a steady hand, guiding the affairs of the state in the best way that he can, and people are happy with him. Go and read Ojudu's testimony about him. Femi Ojudu, my boss, is not the sort of person who is so impressionable. You understand, or who lavishes praise on people in an extravagant manner. No. But if Ojudu can publicly say that this fellow is good, then we need to take a second look at that person. Because he can be very honest in assessing our public figures. So I'm happy for Governor Oyebanji, and this is to wish him Godspeed as he continues to pilot the affairs of my former state.
This is less, is a governor that is less controversial. You know, it doesn't cut controversy, modest in appearance, talks less, believe in action.
Yes, less talk, more work. That's what best describes him, you know. And he's not also one of those governors that I would say frequents or are frequently in Abuja. He's not one of those that you see in the corridors of the presidential villa coming to see the president week in, week out. He's basically always in his state, focused on governance. And even when the new minimum wage bill was passed, he was also one of those that said, one of the few governors that said he will do everything possible to pay the minimum wage. We know that Ekiti State is
down the ladder
in terms of the allocation they get from the federal purse, including their IGR, you know. But he is already looking inward to see how they can ramp up revenue and ensure that, you know, these are minimum wages paid to workers. So it's a good one for Ekiti State. And of course, there's also a re-election coming. He's already done the job to deserve a re-election.
Now, looking at, in terms of his people, some people will say that, look, there's pervasive poverty in that state, as all over Nigeria, that they want him to concentrate more on human capital development.
Yes, that's a good suggestion. And I don't think that is something that the governor will take lightly. He is also a good manager of the scarce resources at his disposal. Remember when states began to get paid far more money as a result of the removal of subsidy? This governor came out to say, okay, let's do it this way. These public institutions, we are going to increase their subvention. So Ekiti State University, let me give Ekiti State University, let me use Ekiti State University as a suggestion, as an illustration. If Ekiti State University was getting 10 billion, that's just a suggestion as their subvention. As a result of the increase in allocation, the funds coming from FAC, the governor then increased their subvention, increased the subvention, increased the allocation also to the judiciary and to some of the state's departments and agencies, so that they can be in a better position to perform better. So that's why I credit him as a good utilizer of even the scarce resources at the disposal of the state. The state is not out of the woods yet, but at least with the resources at their disposal, we see a governor trying to do things differently. We see a governor bringing everyone together. We see a governor who is not controversial in nature. He just focused on his work and galvanizing his people to develop the state. I visited the Caucus one spring, about 2 weeks ago, along with my management of TVC. It was such a beautiful place. And that's the hometown of the governor. So you can bet that he's going to do a lot more to turn that place to a veritable tourist destination.
Tourist
yes.
Site in Ekiti State.
Yes. So we're looking forward to even greater achievements on the part of this governor.
Femi, in terms of IGR, these governors, a lot of people are clamoring that governors should do more. That governors should do more in terms of IGR so that they will be able to, pay the new minimum wage.
Yeah. Well, he has, as I said earlier, he has already said that he will do everything possible to ensure that that new minimum wage Ekiti State is able to pay. You also recall that the 30,000 naira minimum wage, not all states were able to pay that. Yes, so this one was
adjustments.
Yes, this one will really be a bit challenging for some state governors, even though they are getting more allocation now from the
subsidy.
Yes, from the federal pocket now. But for him in his state, beyond just paying minimum wage, there are also programs he has introduced to ensure jobs are created for the youth in Ekiti State. There's also this social welfare program in Ekiti State that is very popular. The old people, they get stipends just to
start the family.
Yes, and he has also been able to sustain it. Yes, and that has been able to help the old people in that state keep body and soul together, and also get their support, which is very, very important. He's been able to get the support of critical key stakeholders and critical groups in Ekiti State, and that has also helped in keeping the country, the state together and peaceful.
All right. Desperate times call for desperate measures as Nigeria continues